Thousands of baby boomers in Oakville and Burlington are about to learn one of the most expensive lessons of their lives, losing perhaps the dream of an easy retirement. They are trapped. If you were born between 1946 and 1964, you are a baby boomer. Today, you are somewhere between your early 60s and your late 70s. Maybe you are retired. Maybe retirement is just around the corner. Maybe the kids have simply moved out. Maybe you've started thinking it's time to downsize. And now, baby boomers across Oakville and Burlington are facing a harsh reality, and almost nobody wants to talk about it. Then came 2021 and 2022. One neighbor sold, then another. Record prices, multiple offers. Homes are selling in days. But fast forward to today, and many of those same homeowners are discovering something they never expected. The phone isn't ringing, showings are slower, offers are fewer, price reductions are becoming more common theme. And some homes are sitting in the market for weeks, sometimes even months. Not because Oakville or Burlington have suddenly become undesirable. Far from it. These remain two of the strongest real estate markets anywhere in Canada. The harsh reality is something much more subtle. The buyers have changed, and in many cases, the houses haven't. The buyer changed, that's the whole story. I think one of the biggest reasons this is happening goes back to something psychologists call anchoring. You don't need a psychology degree to understand it. During 2021 and 2022, buyers overlooked almost everything. Old kitchens, original bathroom, split level layouts, one bathroom, old windows, no ensuite, no problem. People weren't buying the perfect house. They were buying whatever they could get. That buyer doesn't exist anymore. Today's buyer have choices. Today's buyer has inspections. Today's buyer has contractors. Today's buyer has Google. They have AI now. Today's buyer has YouTube. They do research. Today's buyer is calculating every dollar before writing an offer. Completely different market. And here's what I think almost nobody is talking about. Buyers aren't rejecting baby boomers. They're rejecting inefficient housing stock. That's a huge difference. Walk into an original home, let's say in neighborhoods like the Longmore, the Elizabeth Gardens, the Palmer, Danes, even in Oakville, Falgarwood, College Park, or even the whole of south of QEW, the Southwest Oakville, the neighborhood, fantastic. The house, that's where buyers starts asking questions. They see raised rents, side split, back split, the original bungalow which has tiny kitchens, one bathroom, no ensuite, no mudroom, low basement height, no garage, perhaps a carport. The way families lived in 1975 isn't how families live 2026. People want open kitchens, home offices, primary en-suites, upstairs laundry, mudroom, storage, energy efficiency. Today's buyers aren't just buying location, they are buying functionality. Then comes the part that scares buyers the most, the hidden cost trap. Not the kitchen, not the flooring, the things they can't see. How old is the roof? How old are the windows? Is the electrical original? Has the basement ever leaked? What's behind those dry walls anyway? Will the sewer line need replacing? Does this home need waterproofing? Right across from where I live, a homeowner has been waterproofing their entire house for months. The foundation was excavated, large sections around the house were dug up, parts of the front entrance had to completely come out. It became a massive project, over $200,000. And I'm not saying every older home has this problem, far from it, but today's buyers know these stories and they price that risk into every offer they make. Then there's something almost nobody on YouTube especially talks about, the cost of carrying these homes. You got the mortgage, you got the property taxes which is going up and up and up, the insurance costs are going up, the utilities, the maintenance, especially in these types of properties are high. Then you have the landscaping, the repairs, everything costs more. Today's buyers aren't asking, what does it cost to buy? They're simply asking me,
Hey Roshan, what does it cost to own this older housing stock?
here is another reality I've been starting to notice. Sometimes it's no longer mom or dad's decision. Mom has moved into the assisted living. Dad is ready to sell. One of the children perhaps has a power of attorney. 3 or 4 siblings are involved. These children remember to the 2022 mad rush. Everybody remembers, right? What the neighbors got? A good offer then comes in. We are not taking. We'll wait, they say. Then another month goes by. Then another. The market has already spoken. The family just hasn't accepted the reality. Then for the baby boomers, the biggest surprise of all is downsizing. People imagine selling a detached home, then perhaps buying a condominium and putting a huge pile of money in the bank. Sometimes that's true, sometimes it isn't, because downsizing isn't cheap anymore. Real estate commissions, legal fees, the movie, huge closing costs, then you got the storage, the furniture, the repairs, then you buy a condo and the monthly fees will completely surprise you. It's huge. And then you think about a townhome that costs far more than you expected. Suddenly the check starts shrinking. You were imagining and things are looking different. So how do you actually sell? First, price for today's market, not 2022. One of the biggest mistake I see is
Let's try a higher price and see what happens.
the market doesn't reward that. The market rejects it. Days on the market starts increasing. Buyers start asking questions.
Hey, what's wrong with this property?
Perhaps we don't know. Now you are negotiating from weakness. Second, show buyers a home that's been cared for. Touch up the paint, replace dated light fixtures, wash the windows, shampoo the carpets, deep clean everything. Freshen the landscaping, pressure wash the driveway, replace crack caulking, and then get rid of that stale smell. Don't let buyers negotiate because of neglect. Make them negotiate over the house, not the maintenance component. For many decades, owning almost any detached home in Oakville or Burlington was enough. Today, that's no longer the case. It's not enough. Today's buyers still love Oakville. They still love Burlington. They still love those mature neighborhoods. The whole scarcity. But they are buying differently. They are buying efficiency. They are buying functionality. They are buying lower risk. They are buying homes that work for the next 20 years. Not homes they have to spend the next 20 years rebuilding. And I believe that's one of the biggest shifts happening in Oakville and Burlington. If you're thinking about selling over the next few years, makes buyers feel they are buying a home, not inheriting a project. For decades, homes appreciated because people wanted land. Today, buyers still want the land, but they are also discounting the homes sitting on it. Here's the good news. These homes can absolutely still sell. They just require a different strategy than they did a few years ago. If you're thinking about selling in the next 6 months, don't wait until you are ready to list. If you are a baby boomer in Oakville or Burlington, or you are helping your parents prepare for a sale, please reach out to me. My contact information is right here on the screen. Let's sit down. Let's put together a plan. Let's also make sure you keep as much of your hard-earned equity as possible. I'm Realtor Roshan, and I'll see you again in my next video.